All right. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in this crypto world. My name is Cody, and I am joined by Obi
Hey,
and Pixel Pirate Studio. Welcome, Obi.
hey.
Great to have you guys on to kind of get to know you and introduce you a little bit to the Earnscape community. We've been definitely kind of been excited going back and forth trying to find a good time to do this. So I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule for us to do this today. I think that our community is definitely going to love the conversation today. You guys, in our brief conversations that we've had with one another, it has been great. I think you guys are an awesome studio. So
Thank
welcome. So why don't you just kind of take a few minutes, just kind of introduce yourself, you personally, maybe a few who you have on your team, who's behind the scenes,
you.
that kind of thing, and then we'll just jump right into the conversation.
Thank you. So yeah, my name is Obi Onyejikwe. I'm the Chief Operating Officer over at Pixel Part Studio. I run it along with my business partner Dan Shoesmith. He's been our top producer for quite a while, helping us with multiple, animation projects as well as the video game. And then with the video game, we have a deep focus on, eventually converting to a blockchain game. So I have my lead engineer Raphael and another engineer Derek working on the platform. So great team of guys. I think you're on mute.
Yeah, pulling a rookie mistake. No, that sounds great. So yeah, why don't you just kind of share with us a little bit about like Pixel Pirate? That's the studio. That's an interesting name. So why don't you kind of tell us a little bit about like Pixel Pirate's background, maybe the origin story a little bit, and what kind of inspired you to get into the venture of game development?
Yeah, we started off like way back, God, mid like 2000, maybe 2013, around then. And then at the time, I was working at Nickelodeon, and I was also working on a startup as well, so facial recognition technology. So that was sold off to AOL. It was a decent exit, and then I decided to push forward with Pixel Part Studio, and eventually, brought in Dan to really help me scale up and build out the company, and as well as a few others. So of course we know we're working on animation projects. We still work on some now. We're even working on one, a big one with a major sports franchise. But hopefully that comes out pretty soon. But yeah, then I definitely saw the writing on the wall, and what we realized is I wanted to pivot away from a service-based business where we provide our services for animation, and shift it more to our making our money from our own IP, right?
Mhm.
And I saw that, if you want to make your money with animation, it's a challenge. It's capital intensive. You're not making You can make your money back, but it's going to take a while, right? And you're going to have to raise a significant amount of capital to pull it off. And once again, it's still a gamble. Where with gaming, the capital is less intense, and if you do it right, and especially if you kind of go in a blockchain game direction, then it could be a game changing moment where you're not just making hundreds of millions of dollars, potentially even billions, especially if you add in the component of your own token or associated to the video game.
Okay. Yeah, no, that sounds awesome. Yeah, I actually am a UI UX designer by trade.
Hmm.
And so yeah, I definitely understand. I wanted to be excuse me, an animator growing up, more of the illustrator kind of thing, less 3D modeling kind of animator. My grandfather actually worked for the Hanna-Barbera team,
Hmm.
being an artist, so it runs deep in my DNA, I guess you could say. So yeah, definitely understand what you're talking about there with the labor intense kind of modeling that goes into it. Definitely have had a lot of friends that have worked on different franchises from Halo to Assassin's Creed to, COG or excuse me, COD, so Call of Duty, all those kind of fun games. But it's been interesting to kind of see the evolution of that. So yeah, I mean that kind of leads you to this new game that you guys have developed called Off Road Champion.
Hmm.
I've had the opportunity to kind of play around with it a little bit. It's been great.
Nice.
I've enjoyed it. It's kind of one of those awesome open world kind of things that you could just do.
Hmm.
Uh, not not to kind of throw out other ones, but just kind of that GTA
Yep.
kind of feel to it. But when did you guys come up with this idea to kind of develop this off-road champion, and how has that journey kind of evolved from initial concept
Mhm.
to where the game is right now?
So we wanted something where we could slowly start and build out like an open world. So this open world, it could get really expensive really fast, right?
Right.
So we wanted like kind of like almost like a minimal viable product first. So we start off with off-road racing. This is more adventure racing. The problem with like just like fast race cars and things like that is you're kind of almost stuck in that. Where with off-road racing, you could go through the city, you could go through like destructed cities, you could go through forests in general and all that. So you could tell a bigger story, and you're not going as fast, so there's a bit more of an adventure.
Right.
And that helps with even us making additional revenue by having billboards within the actual game, so that when you drive past things, you can actually see those billboards, and we can actually monetize off of that. The other thing too it allowed us to do is have not just vehicles but players as well, right? So we're in the process of adding in skins eventually, so that way when we have convert to a blockchain game, we can now have skins as well as vehicles. And then the game plan is to actually get it to more of a Grand Theft Auto open world where you're going to stores and will eventually pivot it to like a battle royale type scenario with the
Nice.
vehicles. So it's a way to kind of start. That's where we'll start first, and then eventually we'll build out the universe even more.
Nice, nice. Yeah, and you mentioned one thing that really caught my attention when I was kind of playing it is this whole billboard thing, right? So
Mhm,
that is a very unique element that's kind
mhm,
of that you guys have kind of introduced into the
mhm,
off-road champion game itself.
yeah,
And product placement inside of movies, inside of games, inside of a variety of different things is not new.
mhm,
But can you expand upon that billboard concept a little bit more as to, you know, uh, how well it's working,
mhm,
how players can interact with it, maybe potentially, have a good call to action on those things?
yeah. Yeah, so it's great because our game plans to add more of them, so we don't have to serve like those video ads, right? The game plans eventually remove the video ads altogether, and then just have those billboards. So that's the beauty there. And of course, when there's no ads being served, we could serve our own ads, right? We could actually start promoting maybe new NFTs and new weapons and new skins within the game on those billboards. So it's a great way to kind of communicate to the player without interrupting their gameplay.
Awesome. Yeah, because I think that that's kind of the unique solution to a Web 2 mobile PC kind of game experience
Mhm,
are those free to play games,
mhm.
but they come at a cost, right?
Yeah.
And I think one thing that really frustrates me the most
Mhm,
is I'm playing a game, and after every single level, I have to watch an ad or
mhm,
two for
mhm,
30
mhm.
seconds or a full minute if it's
Exactly.
one of those interactive ones.
Mhm,
And it's so frustrating, and it really takes away from the user experience. And so I really liked what you guys were doing with the whole billboard integration into it, because it does provide a more of a seamless user experience.
mhm,
Because, you know, driving down the driving down the freeway in real life and you see a billboard, you see it for like a split second, right? But it
mhm,
still
mhm,
sticks into your mind that you can call the number, or go search it, Google it,
mhm.
type of thing. But I like what you were saying about making elements within the game a little bit more interactive, and removing those ad components altogether. So
Yeah.
um, as you kind of think about that element, and we kind of talk about the partnership that you're kind of engaging with us on with Earnscape,
Mhm.
where we're rewarding players for playing a game, and you're also rewarding players as well. Do you want to kind of talk about how the reward system inside of your game currently works?
Yeah. So the game as a whole play to win feature. So right now it's play to win Amazon gift cards, and we have tournaments within the game. So you can win $5 of Amazon gift cards in single player and multiplayer. So if you do both tournaments, you can win $10 a day, and it's every day. And of course, we have I think best player for the week gets I think an additional $35, and then best for I think the month might be I think 100 or maybe $200, something like that. So yeah, so that's what we have so far. The game plan is to upgrade the game so that you can play and win cash in crypto. That's the next phase. So we're looking forward to that. And so as we do that, and then the tournaments are pretty much 10 races, and we calculate the best time out of those 10 races. And of course, the following day, the winner is announced and notified, and that person will actually get an email in their inbox, letting them know they won, and then they could just instantly click on the link and then transfer their money directly. So through another portal. So through that portal, they could either take crypto, or it could be a block, it could be Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever chain that they or token or coin that they prefer, or just cash. So it could go straight to their bank account. So, so it's up to them. But yeah, that's the next phase we're going for. Excited about that. Got a lot of players eager to get on that platform, because we do have players that are playing on a constant basis.
Awesome. So if I remember correctly, you guys haven't you haven't had a TGE event yet, but you do have a token that you're going to be launching?
We don't have a token yet. So once we go through this next phase, then we'll implement a token. So because the token is almost like what we want to do last. We want to get the NFT component in there first before we do the token. So that way, once we announce, once the NFTs are set up and you announce the token, then the token becomes a lot more valuable with the NFT component.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Now, do you guys have like a marketplace set up for this kind of these? Are you going to allow exchanges between players?
Yeah. So we're thinking about using what's called, I think, Immutable, their SDK to set all this stuff up. So yeah, we've been talking to them. So it's been a great conversation so far. So once we kind of raise a little bit more capital, we're going to implement their SDK and then scale from there.
Okay, perfect. And then what specific blockchain have you guys decided? Is Immutable going to be the
maybe we haven't decided yet, just because I feel like every month I hear somebody new, and here's a better platform to have for your game token. So we're still researching that component. It might be Immutable, but there are a couple others that some experts there's a couple others that experts have been telling me about. So we'll review the pros and cons and then make a final decision. I think what's most important is what the contract, the actual smart contract says. So I think that's where I'm more focused, is like making sure that there's no rug pull, that there's no drama, that there's nothing silly going on. Because our top goal is to make sure this is successful. It's not just about building a blockchain game. Our goal is to really start building a franchise, right? We actually have a story behind Off-Road Champion. So the game plan is that we'd make enough revenue that we'd actually produce an animated series based on the game that would be on our YouTube channel. So that's where we're headed with it. And the other huge direction that we're going towards is, once the NFTs are done, the game plan is to eventually have it where when you purchase an NFT to use within the game, you're able to go to our store and not purchase, but actually get the toy version for free. So you just type in the code for your NFT that you just purchased, pay for the shipping, and then you get the free toy as well. So we're going to do things like that.
That's awesome. That is really awesome. People that play a lot of the games, I know for a fact, like with me, that I've gotten totally immersed into some of the characters that I've played in some of these video game franchises, Master Chief, Assassin's Creed, and some of these guys. The one I really got into was Gears of War.
Mhm.
That storyline was just amazing. But it's cool that you guys are definitely taking it and thinking beyond just the game, right? You're
Mhm.
thinking
Mhm.
origin story, animation series, collectibles,
Mhm.
so on and so forth. And I think that that's a valuable thing to look at, because when games are making the migration from Web 2 to Web 3, a
Mhm.
lot of them it's like a shiny new toy form, right?
Right.
AI, tokens,
Mhm.
NFTs, all these different components that they can do now. And
Yeah.
so they kind of take away from the game because they felt like bolt-on kind of experiences. But it definitely sounds like you guys are doing it right,
Mhm.
right out of the gate, by making it so that it doesn't hurt the user experience
Right.
overall,
Mhm.
which is fantastic. That's what I love to hear. So, with your guys' ecosystem, the way that you have it right now, how do you view your partnership with Earnscape kind of working out in that fashion? How is Earnscape going to complement
Mhm.
or enhance that user experience of what we're
Mhm.
talking about?
So I think just off the bat, starting off with the tournaments and helping us promote and get the tournaments promoted within our game, that's going to be a great opportunity and partnership, and help us kind of almost validate the whole tournament and play to win cash and crypto quickly. Then the next phase is what we want to do when it comes to marketing is really start working with whether it be Twitch streamers, or just video game streamers in general, and sponsor a lot of them, right? So through your platform, probably connecting with a lot of those top players, and honestly, give them a contract. Like here's a couple, here's some money every month to play the game. Here's some free swag to go along with it, and then just to help get the word out on what we're doing and what we're building.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, we're pretty excited about a couple of those things. We'll be dropping some alpha, so you may want to listen to the end of this video
Mhm.
about one of those things that we're definitely going to do to partner with Pixel Pirates here. So, yeah, I love that, and I think that one of the things that we're pretty proud about that's coming out, that a lot of our early ambassador and beta users are definitely going to be leveraging is the streaming capabilities.
Mhm.
And so we're pretty excited about that. We've got some pretty unique integrations that we're kind of working on to be able to broadcast to multiple channels, but also, like you just said, be able to identify people that you can go in and sponsor streamers on. So we're trying to get that down to 2 clicks or less for
Mhm.
you to connect with a streamer, and for a streamer to get paid on a sponsorship type of thing. So some good things definitely coming. There's some alpha there for those listeners that are interested in becoming streamers for sure. So no, that's awesome. So um, as you're kind of you've mentioned a few of the key players behind the team currently.
Mhm.
What where would you like to go? I mean, you've got a big, broad kind of brush that you're gonna be painting a stroke here with. It sounds like you're gonna have a lot of different people coming on
Mhm.
over the next little bit. Are you guys actively pursuing new people? Are there roles? If any of our people that are listening have talents
Mhm.
that you could leverage, now's the time to kind of throw that out if you're looking for anybody.
Yeah, no, not looking for anybody right now. I mean, maybe streamers, like people actually that are streaming content on Twitch or any other platform. I would say that'd be probably the only group that I'm really looking for. We got our engineers, we got our marketing team, all that set, and we got our artists. So I would say, yeah, the streamers are definitely who we want to talk to right now.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, we'll definitely hook you up with that. So, um, community wise, where are you guys active on? Which platforms are you guys most
So of
active?
course we have a YouTube channel. I think it's just Pixel Part Studio. We're on YouTube. Of course, we're on Twitter a little bit, but mostly Instagram. Of course, the Facebook, um, but or Meta. But yeah, so we're pretty much on all the major platforms. We're somewhat on Telegram, but more for like dealing business when it comes to crypto. So yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and
Okay.
then we have
Perfect.
Discord channel as well.
Discord.
Yeah,
Perfect. All
called
right.
Off-Road Champion.
All right. And do you guys do like game night or anything kind of event wise for the
We we
community?
we did that for a little bit. I think what we're really honestly right now heads down trying to just get a lot of things built out, and then over time, when of course, then the next phase is of course bringing in the streamers to help promote, and then eventually we're gonna have like game nights and sponsored nights for that. We did test it out. It went well. It was cool, but it's the kind of thing where you needed like a dedicated probably two people to manage this on a regular basis.
Yep, I hear you there. I hear you there. It takes a village sometimes, right?
Mhm.
No, that's way cool. So I'm gonna pause real quick. So if you guys happen to have a question for Obi and Pixel Pirate Studio or about Off-Road Champion, the game itself, feel free to drop those in the thread comments below if you're viewing on Twitter or if you're viewing on YouTube. I'll also be sure to drop in the links to all of their social media channels as well. So yeah, so definitely throw those out there. I just have a few more questions for you, Obi, and
Yeah,
then we can wrap up here a little bit. But
yeah.
what is uh, what is one game feature that you absolutely love and thought was totally innovative in your game?
Oh, I would say the play to win. I mean, we haven't implemented it yet, but the play to win cash part is the most because it was something in crypto. It wasn't something I thought was possible. And then when we figured out the method, I was like, oh wow, it's a lot easier than I thought. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was game changer. I wish I knew ahead of time that how to it existed. But yeah, the engineers were geniuses, and we figured it out.
Perfect. Perfect. And I guess this is a question that a lot of the community has. Do
Mhm.
you currently play the game and how long do you play it during the week? How often?
I play it probably at least twice a week for testing. It's mostly for work,
Right.
and just to kind of give you guys feedback. Like 30 minutes, 'cause I do have to run everything and make sure everything's on point for everybody.
There you go, folks. You heard it. He's one of those guys that eats his own dog food, kind of
Mhm.
so to say, right?
Yep.
Definitely a gamer. I've worked with a couple of different gaming studios before, and it's interesting to see how a lot of those guys get in for testing things, especially on the multiplayer ones where they're
Mhm.
battling each other, and
Mhm.
it just happens to turn into an all-night battle event because they just get going with it, right? So,
Exactly.
um, no, that's way cool. So, you got a token launch coming up. You've got some great things planned ahead. A very good roadmap. Where can people go see that roadmap at?
We haven't posted a roadmap yet, but I think, well, I guess I would say Discord, and the website. But yeah, those are the best. So yeah, we posted some things up right now, but we'll have a full schedule out probably next 2 months.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Sounds great. And then, do you have any kind of like looking ahead? Do you guys happen to have any post-launch kind of content such as tracks, vehicles, or new mods that you want to drop of what's coming out here in the next little
Yeah,
bit?
like we're definitely working on new skins. That will be like one major thing we're working on, and especially new vehicles as well. And I think, well, like I said, the most important part is like, yeah, the feature of play to win, and then the NFTs in the futures too. So once the NFTs roll out, there's going to be a whole just slew of new things coming out. And then
Awesome.
of course, like even before the toys, we want to do a graphic novel as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Um, yeah, yeah, then no, that's really cool. I like
Yeah.
that. So how's the best way for people to get involved with you guys currently right now
Mhm.
from maybe a gameplay. I
Mhm.
believe you guys are on Android and
Yeah, Android
iOS.
and iOS. Yep.
Okay,
So yeah, you could
perfect.
just go to the website Off Road Champion, or you could go to our studio, our website, Pixel Part Studio. You can go to that website as well. We're reachable, so if you reach out, we definitely respond. Yeah, Instagram, we're there. There's definitely somebody managing every platform.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Good. So on the flip side, if people want to get skins, early access to TGE, are you doing a private pre-sale kind of thing? How
Yeah.
can they get involved from an investment standpoint, I should
Oh,
say?
okay. Yeah. I mean, if that's the case, just reach out to me directly at obi@pixelpiratstudio.com. And yeah, so we are talking to investors now. So that's great. Hopefully we lock in and close around pretty soon, and then we can scale aggressively from there.
Perfect, perfect. And as always, we got to throw out a disclaimer. Always do your own research before
Yep.
investing in any crypto project, no matter if it's
Mhm.
sponsored here or
Mhm.
promoted or talked about. Always do
Mhm.
your own research, and because ultimately you're responsible for your own financial decisions.
Exactly.
Sad we've got to say that these days, but
Of course.
unfortunately we live in a world where people just ape into whatever and anything that a YouTuber tells them to. So
Exactly.
um so yeah, yeah, no, that's awesome. So kind of one last, well, maybe we could drop some alpha form and then we'll go out with this last question. But so from an alpha standpoint, we have invited Off-Road Champion, the game, to be March 2025. So if you're listening to this later, just know that March 2025 is going to be Off-Road Champion leaderboard competition coming up. So for all of you OGs in the community that are definitely participating in those leaderboard competitions, you may want to jump in there and download the game and get your account set up. I believe it's pretty easy. From my experience, it was very easy to do.
Mhm.
But just in the interim, maybe just kind of walk us through how easy it is for people to sign up. Yeah, just kind of walk us through that. And
Oh yeah. So yeah, like I mean, it's pretty easy. You download the game. I think it's the standard creating an account. I think it's just your birthday, name, email, and that's really it. And you just get going. We have two tournaments on the game. So there's the mobile. I mean, there's the single player and multiplayer. I think with the way it's set up, you race 10 races. That qualifies you for the tournament. So yeah, and then you could keep racing more to get better points and scores to win for the daily tournament or to win daily cash. So yeah, and the top player wins $5 on each multiplayer and single player within the game. And then with Earnscape, we'll be doing a whole nother prize package as well.
yeah, 25 for first place,
Yeah, and 10 for
10
second, 5 for third. Yeah.
third, and that's USDT. So
Yep.
with Earnscape's leaderboard, you'll get USDT payout if you're in the top three, but you'll also get those bonus points added to your guys' existing point balance
Yep.
on Earnscape. So it sounds like it's a win-win-win for
Yep.
everybody to participate this March. So again, if you haven't already downloaded, I believe we went live last week
Mhm.
promoting you guys within the Earnscape app. So again, if you guys haven't done it, I would prep for it, especially if you want to participate in not only their in-game challenges and rewards, but also the leaderboard competition coming up here in, oh my gosh, almost like what, 3-4 days. We're
Mhm.
almost to the end of February, but yeah, no, that's great. So some alpha there for you listeners that stay till the end of the video. So congrats on that. You guys will be the first to know. So one last question for you. Why? What's your 30-second elevator pitch? Why should anybody play your game, really, besides just the cash value?
Yeah.
Uh, why would anybody really want to invest the time of getting into the ecosystem?
Yeah, because I think our mission is to create a real franchise, right? This isn't just about, of course, playing and win cash. It's not about just some random video game. It's about building something bigger, telling a story. I think a lot of our competitors, it's really just kind of like, here's the game, that this is it. We really want to create like a full-on franchise where there's animated content, there's graphic novel, there's great, assets that go along with it when you're playing the game, and it's truly telling a story. And then this is a way for us to improve upon the game and make a true open world game that you could really be immersed with and have fun with. I think on top of that, we really want to be the top game that really merges the blockchain digital world with the real world, right? I think that's where a lot of them go wrong, is they're not merging the two. And I think that's what prevents a lot of them from adding value to their players.
Yep. I agree. I like how you said some of them are just kind of one and done. See if it
Mhm,
sticks. If it
mhm,
sticks, then they kind of move on, so on and
mhm.
so forth. And so I think that you guys are have the right vision, have the right mentality to kind of make it sticky with people by adding in multiple things and kind of evolving the story and kind of evolving the game as well. So I think that's paramount because a lot of people do give up, and it's one of those things that it's your baby, right? You just want to
Yeah.
kind of keep it growing. You definitely want to see it succeed. So um, yeah, well, thanks again. I'm just kind of looking through some of the questions here. There's no real questions, just a couple of people throwing out some GMs and some support things. So we'll respond to those. But if you guys do happen to have any questions after, if you're reviewing this recording, feel free to throw them out here and tag Off-Road Champion
Mhm.
or Pixel Pirate Studio. They will definitely come in and respond to those as well. Likewise, I will go out and I will throw all of their links in the chat thread so that you guys can get access to that as well. Reach out to their Discord and all their other handles that they're on. Sounds like they've got some interesting stuff going on over there. But anyways, Obi, thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule. I know you're really busy,
Right.
heads down trying to get some stuff out. So, but we appreciate you. And we appreciate you partnering with Earnscape and putting your trust with us. So we're looking forward to next month, and let's definitely show Obi and the Pixel Pirate team what we can do as a community of true mobile gamers. So with that, anything else you want to add before we sign off?
Yeah, I mean, I think thanks for this opportunity, and definitely looking forward to working with you guys and connecting with your audience as well.
Perfect. All right. And I'm pretty sure we'll definitely be doing some other promotions throughout the upcoming years. So again, thanks to everybody that's tuning in either live or recorded. Thanks for taking the time to watch. We appreciate you guys. Without you guys, none of this would be possible for either Earnscape or for Pixel Pirates. We appreciate all your guys' support. So with that being said, thanks everybody, and we will catch you later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Thanks.